Well, hello there all you absolutely magnificent people, and welcome back to another live stream of An Ecologist Plays. We talk about nature while playing games. We are back in a new game, well, one we haven't played in ages, pardon the pun there. We are back in Polylithic, and this game here is also, like Dawn of Man, set in that era between the early Stone Age and the Copper Age. So we are going to span that entire section, basically, or the era, hopefully. We're going to see how far we go. Thank you for joining tonight. Hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. So this game is still in early access, as it says there. And yeah, they are making a whole bunch of changes as they're going on, and new areas being added. I believe the desert area was added last, or most recently. But yeah, we'll see how things go in this game. I must also admit, I will probably be very, very rusty. I haven't played this game in ages. I did just briefly go in again just to familiarize myself with it. But let's see how things go. So we are going to go with new game, and there is a story that you can play, but we are going to be playing the sandbox. This was also added more recently. It wasn't there when I last played it. Last time I could only play the story, but the sandbox has been added. I see Justaberry is here. Hello there, Justaberry. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful time. I can't believe it's almost Monday again. And then the work week commences. But for now, we're just going to sit back, drink something nice and warm, and enjoy some Polylithic. Absolutely gorgeous game. But let's go and jump into sandbox as I just go and pick up Cinnamon's food, because, well, the other cat is going to eat that momentarily. Yep. And we don't want him stealing her food. So let's jump right into sandbox here. Some settings, I don't think we can change these settings yet. I believe that will come later, but you can. There's the world seed that I've got if you're ever playing this game and you want to have exactly the same map. There it is. In terms of, we can have standard or creative mode. We are going to go for standard, just so we get a nice idea of what the game is like. And then we're going to go start. So we can change the way we look. I like this guy. He looks friendly. And I am going to have more or less like this one. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for that. Hair color. Oh, not grey. I want to be nice and not grey yet. I know I've got a child, and that child is sometimes giving me grey hairs, but no, not going to go for grey hairs yet. Alright, Zyrus is our name, and we're just going to jump right in. Alright, so as you'll see in a moment, it's absolutely gorgeous. I must say, I like the art style of this game. Vivid colors, really just absolutely amazing. Okay, so here we are. Our objective is to unlock the Mousterian. The Mousterian is the next era in essence. It is basically the middle early Stone Age. That's when it was. So that's up to about 160,000 years ago. No, sorry, from 160 to about 40,000 years ago. Never mind, not 160. So from 160,000 up until about 40,000 years ago. And then after that, one started properly heading into the Middle Stone Age, Late Stone Age, Copper Age, all those ages. It's called the Mousterian Age because it's named after the site. Yeah, the Mousterian, something Mousteria. It's basically a cave system that the specific tools that are present, yeah, that's when those were developed. Anyway, so digressing. The idea now is just to stay alive. We are only two of us. It's just myself and Auri, which is the elder that we've got with us, or I like to call him the elder. I think he is the elder. Objective now, just grab a bunch of food. We've got berries. We are going to... Oh, something flew out there. We're going to also gather some stalks because we are going to use that later on to make some tools. If we find any stones lying around, obviously that will be picked up as well. Because we can chuck that at the chickens. Oh, we've got roots we can gather. Great stuff. So we can... yeah, chuck the pebbles at things like the chickens or the rabbits or the hares we encounter, and then of course we get food that way. Now what is lovely is the fact that we have grabbed some tubers there. The roots there would have been a very, very important source of food for early man. Before we domesticated certain crops that had tubers, things like sweet potatoes and potatoes, the roots that you obtained from actually from harvesting wild plants, that was extremely important. So we are currently basically a hunter-gatherer lifestyle, and later on, as we carry on, we are going to be able to cultivate some crops, wheat and stuff like that. Once we've got sickles, we may be able to do that a bit, and then we are going to settle down a little bit more. But for now, it's all about finding the right place to settle. We're just going to gather everything we possibly can. There's a log. We don't have any axes yet. We are going to hopefully make some axes momentarily, then we can eventually start chopping down the trees and actually get logs and stuff like that as well. All right, just for now, picking up as many things as possible. And the idea is that if we pick up a whole bunch of stuff, like, for example, gathering a whole bunch of stalks, eventually, when we've got tribespeople in our tribe, we can give them the tasks of collecting stalks or collecting twigs or collecting things like that. And we don't have to constantly go out and do that. It's basically about form recognition. We are recognizing where we can actually, for example, find roots, or where we can find nuts, for example, on this tree here. We are familiarizing ourselves with the environment. And in essence, what we are going to be doing is we're going to be, if we've done it enough times, we can teach the rest of the tribe how to do that. That's in essence what we are doing. All right, so yeah, hello there, welcome, Paleo Potato, welcome, well, glad you're also here with us. And indeed, oh, it is a lovely looking game. I must say this, oh, there we go, okay, we are starting to get hungry. I don't think our health goes down, but I think we may have some debuffs if we actually start starving. Maybe eventually we do die, but for now, if we start getting hungry, it's just a temporary kind of you're not feeling too well effect. But yeah, this game really is gorgeous, I must say. I love the art style, and I look forward to now having this as my wallpaper on my computer again. Because whenever I, for example, when we were playing Dawn of Man, I had Dawn of Man on as my wallpaper. But prior to that, I actually had the Polylithic as a wallpaper on my computer, and I am very much keen to have that up on there as well. Alright, so we haven't encountered any megafauna yet. We are going to, hopefully soon. There are generally some wolves in the area, some reindeer, and also, well, there are lots of other, there's something moving there. I think there's a caribou or a reindeer up there. There we go. No, we're not going to talk to the elder yet. We did just gather enough stalks so that we can have that, we can tell our tribespeople to go and gather stalks. So that is quite nice. Okay, so you say the art style reminds you of Equinox. I never actually played Equinox. I need to have a look at that. Definitely will do. I'll probably forget now, but when I edit this stream into smaller videos, I will definitely remember. There we go. We can now tell our tribespeople to go and gather sticks or twigs, because we've done that enough times now. But yeah, as I then tweak this or cut this live stream up into smaller videos, I will of course hear myself say that I must go and have a look at Equinox, and then I will have a look and see what that looks like. But yeah, the low poly here, I must say, I'm actually a big fan. And this comes from a guy that's not very keen on things like, almost said Minesweeper. Minecraft. I tried Minecraft back in the day, just didn't get into it. But I must say, this art style, the vivid colors, just really, it makes it come to life. And I absolutely adore it. Alright, so we have got, there's some more nuts here we can gather as well. What I'm looking for is a river. Early man most likely would have settled along river courses, and here in South Africa, in an area in the Karoo, in the central drier region of South Africa, where I did my third year when I was doing my nature conservation studies, we have a practical here where you work out in the field. I did mine on a small reserve, only 100 hectares in size, or 120 hectares in size, and on that reserve there were a whole bunch of old campsites of the indigenous Khoi people, and I loved looking at those sites. You could actually see some of the old stone tools, the flakes and the cores and the flakes that were chipped off there. And you can actually find like old little circular sections where they had their huts or little shelters. You can find all those there. And most of them are actually along a river course that runs through the reserve, which is, that's great. It makes sense. You want to be close to permanent water. Nowadays, that river actually is dry because, most of the time, because the town that is there uses up all the water and no water actually flows downstream. But back in the day, when the Khoi people were living there, that river would have been permanent. And yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to going back there. Later this year, I am going to, or in this coming semester, I'll be taking some of my second year students there as well, which will be marvelous. I always love going back there. Okay, let's see here. Just there we go. Now we can also tell our tribespeople to gather some twigs. Or some roots, sorry, not twigs. Already can gather twigs. I hear movement. I'm just not sure what it is. Okay, so we've got a river. And what we are going to do now, methinks, we are going to just quickly set up a temporary camp. So the idea now, initially at least, is that we are going to be more nomadic. We are going to set up camps temporarily, and then when the morning comes, we are just going to move on to a new area. We are exploring, finding a perfect place to really settle. Now this area may not actually be a bad spot. We've got some berries here that we can constantly harvest. We've got some stalks we can harvest. There are some other plants we can harvest. Maybe maybe along that side, on that side of the river, because we do need some trees as well. And we don't currently have a lot of trees on that side of the river. With this side, yeah, this could work. Yeah, this may be a nice spot to settle. I see, Polylithic, you mentioned Minecraft is basically a totally different game to when it first saw the... Oh, when you first saw the game, it was brand new. Adding mods to the mix makes it an even more different game. Oh, I definitely want to have a look at Minecraft still. I believe it is on Xbox on the Game Pass as well. So I technically can play it any time. I just haven't gotten around to it. And of course, nowadays, very busy. So hopefully at some point, I will actually start playing that a bit as well. And as you say, with the mods, I love the fact that if you I love the fact that some games do allow you to have a whole bunch of mods and make it totally a different game. There we go. My word, words I cannot. So now, just to move on to the Mousterian age, we do need 7 of the Levallois tech items. Okay, so this Levallois tech items, these are items, the Levallois, I believe, refers to a cave system or an area where there were archaeological finds, and that is of the area, I think, before the Mousterian or directly after the Mousterian age. So what it basically is, it's a specific way of crafting stone tools. Okay, as far as I recall. Okay, so let's see here. We need, okay, let's actually go and have a look here at technology. Because the way it works is actually quite nice. So we are currently, in the Levallois era, if I can call it that. We want to go on to the Mousterian age. Now, in order to actually advance to that age, we need to make a bunch of these items over here. Preferably at least 7. Okay, I think it's 7 that we need. Yeah, 7 we need in order to move on. So we are going to make a chopper. That is quite easy. We just need 2 rocks. We've got a whole bunch of rocks. We can make a campfire, at least for this evening. We should have 2 logs. We definitely have 2 sticks. And we have 2 stones. We can make string. We can make a club. At least then we've got a weapon. Twig bed, but we must place it inside. So this is going to be a little bit difficult. Then there's roast meat, but we actually need to kill something before we can roast the meat. And we can make a flame in the fire. Okay, and then of course a torch as well. And a standing torch. So we are going to start by making a stone tool. This is going to be the basic tool we can make. It's a chopper. So the chopper here, basically just you bang 2 rocks together to break off sections of that rock. And you've got this big, bulky hand axe type multi-purpose stone. Okay, so this was the first Leatherman or the first multi-purpose tool. Okay, was that chopper we had there. Then we can make a little workstation. We can make a campfire. We are just going to quickly place that down there. Okay. Then we can't make any roast meat because we don't have any meat. We should be able to make a club. There we go. Okay. And then we need a log to actually make the torch. Okay, so we need to see if we can perhaps... I think there is a log way off in the distance. I like the fact that the things you can pick... Oh, a little bit like... There we go, game save. That's what happened there. I love the fact that the items you can pick up actually do highlight yellow. So it's not too difficult to spot where there is something for you to pick up. Okay, it's not that it's all in your face the whole time, but it is lovely that you can actually spot, okay, there's something over there. I think that looks like a log. I should go and pick that up. Okay, I think there is also another log right over here. Yeah, indeed there is. Also going to be useful. And we may as well gather some more berries as well. There we go. Also unlock the task, berries. Okay. Now we currently only are ourselves and our elder over here. As we feel comfortable enough, we can actually add. So if we just go here. Come, Auri, what are you doing? Auri, come back here. Standing over here. Alright, so we can settle. We can say, okay, this is our new spot. And I think we can, I believe we can also then tell our elder, okay, listen, we want to go somewhere else. We can also grab a new tribe member or add a new tribe member. But you first need to settle before you can add new tribe members. And then the tribe needs to be, I think, happy enough, or there needs to be enough things stored away. And then I can give my... Okay, no, I can't give my elder tasks. My elder needs to remain safe. All right, but I believe we should be able to... We can craft... No, we need to actually make string, and we need to make 2 strings. So that is item. There we go. Let's make 2 string. And then we should be able to make a torch. There we go. And then I think we also want to... It's not item, it is... There we go. Want to make a standing torch. Oh, we need 3 string. Okay, so we can do that quite easily. Just do that. And then we just so that we can craft a whole bunch of the Levallois items. It's right over here. Standing torch. Okay, and I do believe, yeah, we are hungry again, I think. So we just ate a bit. And then, oh, tab. Tab is inventory. So there's our chopper. We're just going to move that up. And we're also going to move the standing torch up and the normal torch up. I actually want my main weapon on number 1. Alright, so now we've got our little, what we call in Afrikaans, a knopkierie, which is this club with the knob at the end there. Very effective weapon. So knopkieries were traditionally quite long, solid piece of stick or solid stick, but this nice knob at the end there. Of course, if you wanted to, you could add little spikes on there, whatever. But generally, the typical knopkierie is long with a knob on the tip there, and you just whack creatures or other people over the head with that. Right, I see you also here. Hello there, Fire Duck. Welcome to our stream. Glad you are here with us. Let us also just quickly do that. And I think, there we go, we can light the torch and we can extinguish the torch. And light the torch and extinguish the torch. I don't think it uses anything. Alright, so at least we've got a bit more light over here. Let's see then, we have a torch as well. I don't think... Now we can whack with that, but I think we need to... Okay, there we go. Okay, I almost thought I set myself on fire, but no, I did not. I just set the torch on fire. Actually makes quite a lot of light. It's lovely. Okay, I actually want something else. I don't want to burn the torch yet. Not excessively, at least. Let's see, what else can we craft, technology-wise, here? We need meat, okay, and we need a flame. But I don't think we need to... Oh, yeah, we can. There we go. Just do that. And that should give us... There we go. We have unlocked the Mousterian age. That is absolutely marvelous. Okay, it does still say that we need to still craft a tech item, but we have. So now, there we go. Immediately unlocks a few more things. We can make a stone mallet. We can, in terms of weapons... Oh, we've got javelins. Javelins, that'll be amazing. Okay, and an axe. Okay, so we need flint, we need logs, and we need string. Okay, string is easy, logs easy. Flint, I've forgotten where to get flint. Now, I'm sure flint will be somewhere out there. Beneath a pale moonlight, although I'm not sure where. But at this point, I would just like to have a look. Oh, there we go, we can jump, we can crouch. Oh, we can also just target that little critter over there, the chicken, and then we can try to whack him over the head with our wonderful knopkierie there, with our club. Okay, and now the carving. So with carving, you'll see that we can press E, and you can press E at any time, but if you get it in that golden section there, I believe you get more resources. Okay, we now have a new quest, it seems. And we literally just got one piece of meat there. That is fine. Okay, we're just going to gather. I see. Oh, there is something over here as well. I think that is another chicken. Yeah, does look like it. Oh, the chickens, at least modern day chickens, most likely came from the red jungle fowl, which was more in Asia rather than in Europe. And I do believe this game would be set more in Europe rather than in Asia. If you're looking at the Mousterian age, it actually took place a little bit earlier, if I'm not mistaken, in Africa than it did in Europe. And in Europe, it was associated mostly with the Neanderthals, with Homo neanderthalensis, whereas in Africa and in the Near East, it was associated more with modern man, with Homo sapiens, which of course is us. All right. Oh, but yeah, so we are just going to gather a few more things, and oh, look at this. It's just absolutely beautiful. We do have, well, the birds flew out there. Just going to pick up this stone, but look at all these fireflies. It's just so beautiful. So the idea here being with the fireflies, I mean, why they're flying around like that, these will all be males. Usually, I believe they're all males, and we're just going to eat something again because we are hungry. The females will be what we call glowworms. They are chilling underneath here on the ground. They generally do not fly. Most species, the females are flightless, males are flying around. The males will fly around like this, flashing their bums with the bright light that they create there. In a chemical reaction, they create that light, and then the females will be chilling down here, and if she likes the flashes of the male above her, she will flash at him, and he will go down to her, and then they will, of course, mate, and then there'll be little baby fireflies. The babies we also call, the larvae, we also call glowworms. And the females look almost exactly the same. They also do glow, and the babies, the larvae, are vicious predators, mainly of snails and slugs. So, yeah, we can't gather seeds there yet. Alright. But I love the fact that there are fireflies here. Nowadays, oh shame, fireflies are really disappearing tremendously, like at an incredible rate, and in the worst way possible. That's the worst way of using the word incredible. But they are really going down drastically in numbers. And it's mainly due to things like habitat destruction. Even firefly tourism is a problem, and also artificial light. But of course here, in the Stone Age, the only artificial light we have would be the campfires we occasionally make. And that would not have had as much of an impact on fireflies as bright lights in your garden, for example, would have in the modern day. So, yeah, one of the things one can do in order to try and accommodate fireflies would be to actually reduce the amount of artificial lighting outside your house or in your garden. Additionally, one thing you can also do, another thing you can do, is actually to leave the leaves. It's also, it makes it easier to garden if you just leave the leaves. You don't rake it up or blow it up the whole time. You just leave the leaves, and the larvae of the fireflies in particular will shelter there, which is, it's why it's so important to keep the leaves around. Of course, in the old age, in the Stone Age here, nobody was raking up leaves, nobody was putting up artificial lights except fire, of course. And as I mentioned, that wouldn't have had as much of an influence on the fireflies. So I really would love that if our child gets to see fireflies still, I know within his lifetime, if they don't disappear. But unfortunately, I know in America, a whole bunch of species, in North America, a whole bunch of firefly species are actually disappearing. Many species haven't even been assessed yet, but of the ones that have been assessed, somewhere between half and 2/3 are actually endangered or threatened, which is, that's bad. That's really sad. Alright, so what we also gathered here is clay. There we go, we got some more clay there. Clay is going to be a very, very important resource to get, and I think we can only gather it along the rivers here. And it kind of makes sense that we can... Oh, ochre as well. Oh, lovely. I wonder whether we can make little paintings. Should be able to. But it makes sense that you would find clay along the river here, because clay is very fine sediments, and as the river flows here, fine sediments are being carried by it, and then as the river overflows its banks, it will, for example, flow along there in the lower lying areas next to its bank during flood, and as the water flows out there, it kind of slows down because the water is spaced out over a larger area, and in the process then, as water gets spaced out, water flow slows down. And when water flows slows down, your finer sediments start settling out. So you'll generally find your clay, in this case at least, settling out next to the river courses. So yeah, if you want to look for clay... Oh, I think our fire just went out. Yeah, it did. And the torch also went out. Interesting. I am hearing a boar. And, oh, there we go, the game saved again. I'll need to see whether there is a way to actually change... Oh, there we go. We are under attack. And we're just going to attack the boar that is attacking us. Mess. Yeah, haha. No. There we go. We did kill him. Alright. Well, he did come to us. So the idea is you just kind of sidestep it. We are going to have to eat again. You just sidestep it and then, kind of spacebar and jump out of the way. But here we go. Let's see what we can get. That was on the right carve. We did get some stuff there. What did we get? That's fat. Okay, so we got fat, we got a crude hide, bone, and we got some meat as well. Okay, so I am going to just make the fire. Now, there we go. Because we do have the logs. And we can now roast some meat. There we go. 3 roast meat. And I see Paleo Potato mentioned there that the first person to drink milk from another animal was probably very thirsty. Very thirsty, or very brave, or very stupid, or did it on a dare. But yeah, it's like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna go drink from that. That makes perfect sense. I hear another boar. There we go, there's another one. Oh, it did attack us. And got another hit on us again there. Just trying to sidestep him. Unsuccessfully. There we go. Oh. Looks like meat is back on the menu, boys. Okay, we definitely need to restore our health there, because goodness me, we took a bit of a knock there. Let's have a look here. Berries will increase our health by 5. Roast meat, on the other hand, will give us 4. Oh, 20, sorry, not 4, 20. So let us eat some of that, and let us also eat some more berries. There we go, and there's our health back again. See, I'd like to also say, once a few years ago, you saw a firefly get closer and closer to the ground, and saw a light on the ground. Assume it was a female, land nearby, and they flashed at each other briefly. Yeah, that indeed would have been the male flying above, seeing the female below, or the female saw him, flashed at him, and then, yep, he went down to reproduce. It's really amazing, the whole chemical reaction that happens there. And, I mean, what makes it also so amazing is that in fireflies are extremely effective. Is that another boar? That is indeed another boar. Oh, we need to really start making javelins so we can throw down more easily. Now, just whacking, there we go. Okay, finally. The boars here are tenacious. Just keep on coming. Alright, we need to make javelins. But anyway, oh yes, what I was saying. With fireflies, they are extremely effective at converting that chemical reaction into light. Rather than, you know, or the energy released during that chemical reaction, they convert that into light rather than heat. It basically releases a whole bunch of light, but doesn't create a lot of heat in the process. If you think of fire, for example, yes, there's a lot of light involved there, but in the process of creating that light, a lot of heat is also released. Ah, there we go. Okay, so we've got some reindeer we can try to hunt. It would have been easier if we actually had javelins, but we don't have javelins yet. I need to still find flint before we can do that. So what we are going to do in the meantime is we're just going to sneak up on it, and then whack it a few times with the knopkiri, and then it is dead. There we go. A bit of extra stuff. We also got antler there, or the antler being a very, very important tool or thing to use, because you could have made antlers very often are quite hard. I mean, especially the bone inside, very, very nice and hard. And that is used in the creation of stone tools. If you bang rocks together, yes, if you are very skilled, you can kind of get it to break off in a certain way. But very often the fine chipping is done by using something like antlers and actually having a pointed antler or pointed bit of antler and napping away at that rock. And then it breaks off very, very specific pieces that you can then have so that you can have a very nice sharp blade or whatever you are making. Okay, we are just going to... We've got this isolated caribou over here that doesn't know that he is in danger, and we are just very, very bad at our job. Now we're just going to run after him. Come on! Okay, maybe he will calm down. I say here, but I'm not sure whether this is a male or a female. Both males and females actually do have antlers. So it could be a male or it could be a female. Just going to come along over here. Now I don't think there is really stalking in this game, except of course, you know, if you stand up. But if you're just crouching like this, you can get generally quite close to them. Like that. There we go. The idea is just to deal a nice deadly blow to it before they get a chance to run away. Okay, there we go. More stalks. A whole bunch of stalks. Stalks, incredibly important to have because it allows you to make rope. Now, we do need to think about where we are, or if we are going to, or when we are going to settle. Okay, so I don't know. Yeah, we can actually scroll down. There is a river over here. I think this is the river. That looks like the river. Okay, so we've got a river over here. I would like to establish in an area where we can actually get flint. Now, in all honesty, I don't know where we can get flint, so it may be a bit of a search. We've got rocks, yes. Wait a minute. I think I know. I think I know. I think we make flint. I think it's under item. There we go. We can make flint. With our chopper, we just chop the rocks into smaller pieces. That is how we get flint. Okay. I was like, oh, we need to go search for flint. But no, no, no. We can just, get flint. Make flint. Now, flint actually is a type of rock. It is very similar to chert, which is a type of rock that breaks into very, very sharp edges. We're just going to try to get that rabbit over there. We must be very quiet. We're hunting rabbits. Called Elmer Fudge. Or Elmer Fudd. Alright, we're just going to sneak up on that rabbit. Try to. Very, very unsuccessfully. That rabbit is very good at running away. So we are going to have to be better at running at it. There we go. Come on, rabbit. You can't outrun us. You can if you maneuver like that. Ah! Very good at the maneuvering bit. There we go. But we're better at the whacking bit. And this should give us a little piece of meat, yeah. Alright, it is daytime again. Alrighty. So, there's a log on the other side of the river. We're just going to go and grab that. Alright, so what have we got? We've got a nice woodland area here. We've got a very nice open area here as well. We've got the river right down there. We don't have any clay deposits along... Oh, we do we? I think there's a clay deposit over here. Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's clay over here. Okay, so we have got some clay deposits along the river here. That makes sense. Yeah, but I was thinking maybe this area, but I think this area over here may actually be a good spot to at least settle for now. Alright, so what we are going to do is... Oh, there's a lot of clay over here. A lot of clay. Okay, so maybe we do settle on the other side, so we can just easily come across here. I'm not sure whether clay respawns or not, and whether it respawns only if you haven't built next to it. But I think we are going to build... Yeah, I think over here. Alright, so we're going to settle for now. Yes, Elder, we are going to settle. Thank you very much. And what we are going to just briefly make again would be buildings. They're not there. We're going to workstation. We're going to make another campfire. Campfire over there. And in terms of huts, we can get a stalk cover, which is at least something. Or we can get a hut cover there. Oh, the hut, the frame, and then the cover. We need sinews, a lot of sinews. We only have 4. We need 10. We need 5 hides. We have none. We've got the raw hide, but we need to first tan it, of course. Okay, so we've got a few things we need to do. The hide rack is, I think, up first. We need 5 logs, 5 strings. String is easy. String is easy. We just need to check here. Now, we haven't got the axe yet. So let us... We need flint, we need a log and 2 string. Okay, so flint we can make. 2 string we can make, and then we need a log. Log we should be able to pick up in the wood here, in the woods. I mean, that makes sense. You know, that's where you go look for logs lying around here. You generally wouldn't want to use logs that have been lying on the ground for too long, because it would be so ridden with... there would be a lot of fungi in there, and of course the fungi would be breaking it down quite a bit. And then the wood is weakened. But if you get a nice log that is fresh, you know, before the fungi get to it, yeah, that you could use. It's another rabbit. We can try to run at it. Oh, as the game saves again. I need to see whether there is perhaps a setting to change how frequently it actually saves. Alright, but I think we should be able to... Okay, if we just press middle mouse button to stop looking at the rabbit. Wow, 7 meat we can cook. That is lovely. And while that is busy, I'm going to just drink some coffee. Alright. Almost done. And then... Let's see. We wanted to make the axe. There we go. And now, with the axe, we should be able to... chop down trees. That is the idea, at least. So let's go and chop down some trees. Again, going to try to play as ecologically friendly as possible. So we're only going to chop as many trees as we need. We're not going to over chop or over harvest the trees. There we go. Okay, we do need to just hold in E together to pick up the logs. We are very, very strong person carrying all these logs. You know, this is a dead tree. We are going to chop this one. Oh, okay, we are going to chop this one as well. Now, we shouldn't chop out all the dead trees because the dead trees would be very important habitats for insects, especially beetles that burrow into dead wood, and even some birds would be nesting in these dead and rotting logs. In South Africa, for example, we've got the Cape parrots, which are an endangered species of parrot, only found in Southern Africa, and they like to nest in these rotten or in holes in the dead trees. So, for birds like that, we would try to keep some of the dead trees, you know, around. So some of these dead logs. Alright, so our elder is over here. Okay. Just going to reposition a bit here. So let's see here. If we wanted to build this, we need more logs, we need more string, and we need more rocks. Wow. Okay, so let's look for more resources. So there should be... Oh, there's some roots there. Great. There should be some... There's some more roots. Okay, a rock there. Thank you. I'm not sure whether we can actually chop these or pickaxe these big rocks. I don't think we can. I think we are dependent on picking up the single rocks lying around here, at least for now. Another one over here. There we go. Let's see a little glint in the sun there. That's why I like to view this as, you know, that yellow line you see there is the sunlight glinting off it, or just shining off, reflecting off a surface like a rock, like a little stone that you can harvest. And you being trained to actually pick up that as, oh, there's a resource there to pick up or collect. Looks like there's a drier area over here. We've got cacti, and cacti are generally found in deserts, because, or mostly found in deserts. There are some forest cacti as well, but they are few and far between, and usually they occur in areas that are actually dry. So they occur, for example, there is in South Africa, there's an indigenous cactus. Most cacti are exotic, but there is an indigenous cactus in South Africa, or in Africa overall. Basically occurs all around the tropics and subtropics as well, and they grow up in trees. So even though it is a cactus, it grows in an environment that actually is dry, up in the tree. And wow, we've got a savanna ecosystem over here as well. So some grasses with a whole bunch of trees over here as well. Drier than our forests we were at earlier. And there would also probably be some different animals along here. I'm not sure whether... Oh, we can harvest this. I'm not sure what we get from this. I don't think anything. It's just to clear. Ah, that sucks. Alright, I see Johan, you're also here. Hello there, Johan Dark. Welcome, welcome to the stream. Glad you are with us. Oh, that's a wolf pack. That is a wolf pack. Let's stay out of that. It probably is quite a dangerous wolf pack. So we're just going to avoid those wolves over there. And, you know, carry on picking up some stones over here. Let's see. I see you won't be here for long, though, but you wish everyone a nice evening and easy streaming. Thanks so much. Appreciate it, eh? And, yeah, hope you have a wonderful weekend on that side. Let's see. What can we actually get from the cactus if we do chop it? I don't think we can get anything. No, nothing. Oh, caribou or reindeer going away. They really wouldn't actually be heading into the forest here, or into the arid region here. They would be staying more in the proper woodlands, where you would have things like lichens for them to browse on. Oh, that's something, that's quick. That is a big wolfie over there. We are going to... That is not a wolf, that is a big cat. Oh, there's a wolfie, you know... I don't think we want to encounter the wolfies yet. Let's run back to our camp, where it is a little bit safer, I believe. Hopefully. I hope the wolves stay on this side of the river. For now, at least. Okay, right. This is quite enjoyable, I must say. Let's see, our campsite should be further along this river. We're just going to head on over there. And then we are going to, hopefully... Oh, we do need to actually gather some... Make some more flint as well, so we can make javelins, I believe. We are apparently hungry. We're also just going to eat some meat here. And we're also, you know, just gathering some more nuts as we go along as well. And lots of logs as well. The logs will be very, very important, but these rocks here, the stones, oh, they are crucial. It isn't called the Stone Age for nothing, after all, eh? Ooh, this is more of a jungle area. Oh, lots of different biomes here. Oh, there most likely wouldn't have been a lot of jungles in the area, at least, where the Neanderthals were and early man were. Well, at least not, during this era. But we've got a bit of a jungle environment there. And I wonder what animals we'll encounter there. We'll have to visit that in the daytime. And of course, when we are a little bit more kitted out. Alright, let's have a look here. Oh, I hear a wolfie. Or is that the music? I thought I heard a wolfie, but I think it was actually the music. Someone's singing in the music there. A bit of a howling sound there. It sends shivers down my spine. Look here. Oh, there we go. There's our elder. I was just like, okay, where is our elder? Mr. Elder Man? Where are ya? Right up here. Oh, there he is. Okay, got him. Let's see, there may be some more stones along here. There's a chicken. Don't care too much about the chicken, and there are no stones over here. Ah, unfortunately. Alright. Maybe something else. No, there's twigs. We'll just pick up whatever we can, because everything is useful. Okay, there we go. There's our fire. We're just going to do that. At least we've got a fire going. And then I think, are we ready to actually make this? We need 15 string. I think we should be able to make that. Yeah, there we go, quite easily. Alright, I see Paleo Potato also mentioned that you still find odd how cactus are just a thing in the Americas. They're such a staple of desert video games. Yes, indeed. I mean, Central America, South America, and North America, like the Americas, yeah, literally in the near tropics. Well, not even near tropics, because they are also quite far away from the tropical areas as well. But in the New World, yeah, they are. And then you go to Asia, and there are so few of them. I think there's also just that one cactus species. It's basically just cosmopolitan. And I keep on forgetting its name, but it is a stringy cactus. Lives up on mountains, on cliff faces. Lives up in trees. It's epiphytic. It's lithophytic. Yeah. And it's just like, yeah, I'm going to just grow here when nothing else grows, because technically this microhabitat is a little desert. Ah, there we go. We can twist it around or twirl it. We're going to just plop down a nice little shelter area there. I don't think we need to build it, do we? Oh, we do. Okay. Oh, we need a mallet. We need a mallet. So tools, can we make a mallet? We need a string. That is very easy to make. Okay, so there we go. And then we can make a mallet. That means we should be able to build it. And voila, the little construction coming up. But now, of course, we still need to actually dry some hide so that we can put a cover over this. But this is awesome. I like this. I do. I really, really do. So let's see here. We need to have a building. It's a workstation. We need more logs, and we need more strings. Okay, so we're going to, I think, in the morning. Actually, you know what? We can go chop down trees in the evening. I think that'll be fine. What we do need, though, is a better weapon. Okay. So here we need to make flint, and we need logs and string in order to actually make the javelin. So for now, oh, we need log. Okay, fine. We need logs. Let's go chop down a tree so we can actually get logs. We're going to leave this big tree over here. We're going to leave it. We're just going to go for the small tree here. And I do apologize if you guys are hearing a very annoying little Jack Russell in the background. Our neighbors have a dog that just does not want to quieten down. Anyway, so let's see here. We're just going to pick up, I think. Here we go. There goes the log. And I think leave the big tree there. Leave the dead tree there. Let's harvest this. Probably beech or birch tree. Oh, come on. Here we go. Just going to harvest it. And that also gives us quite a few logs. And then, what am I hearing? I'm hearing something. It sounds very aggressive. I think there's something attacking a chicken. Because I just heard the chicken chopping off. Are we just going to almost, I said, run on home. And then I got distracted by, a stone. Oh, there's a wolf. There's a wolf. We need light. There we go. Hello, Wolfie. Oh, there's a whole wolf pack. This isn't nice. Not nice at all. I'm not sure whether the fire will keep away the wolves. I don't think so. No, definitely won't. Come on. There we go. I'm focusing on you. Yeah, take that. Now I don't have a knopkiri anymore. I just have my axe. Yeah. I'm not afraid to whack you with an axe. Yeah, take that. On the behind. Oh, there goes the fire. Oh, we don't have light anymore. Oh, he's dead. Marvelous. Yeah, Mr. Elderman, I protected us. I'm good at the whole protecting thing. Let's just shed some more light on the subject here. Again. Oh, goodness. And we can cook some meat as well. Great stuff. Now, oh yes, that's what we were trying to make. We were trying to build the hide rack. We need 5 string. That is easy. Okay, there we go. 5 string. I must say, it's really nice, the whole thing here. And let's just make some flint as well. I don't think it made everything. I don't think it queues up things. So let's just check here. No, we need 1 more string. Yeah, I replaced that one last string I was making with making a flint. You know what? Let's make 2 flint. Okay, now we should be able to create the drying rack or the hide rack. Just going to, on this uneven terrain, we're going to place that. And then we can build it. I like the fact that you don't have to actually equip the mallet. It just kind of uses it automatically. And voila. Now, oh, this is quick. 6 crude hides just like that. Marvelous. Okay. And then we should be able to have a look and see what else we need. For the cover, we need sinews. That we still need. Ah, poo. Okay. Okay, so we need sinews. Okay, so that means we need to hunt. We definitely need to hunt still. So let's have a look here at weapons. For this, we need logs and we need string. Okay, and perhaps more flint. So let's make more flint. You know, let's make 2 more flints so we can have 5 javelins and throw that at anything in our way. How many strings do we need then? So that'll be 5 logs and 10 string we need. There we go. Let's make 10 string and then we can go and get some logs. Because I would like to go and hunt some reindeer, but I would like to hunt them from a little bit more range. If that works. We'll see. We'll see how that works. Alright. Alrighty. Let's go chop a tree. Okay, now I've already harvested that area over there quite a lot. Let us head on over. Oh, you know what? Maybe we can. Oh, we need log for that as well. Ah, poo. I was like, maybe we can actually like go and whack that caribou over there with a knopkiri, with a little club. But no, unfortunately, we cannot. Okay, come on. I would like to chop this way, please. Any moment. Okay, I need to come stand behind it. There we go. Perfect. Okay, that gives us just sticks. Oh, 1 log? 1 log, I think. There we go, 1 log. We need more logs. We need 5 logs at least. Ah, I would just whack the buried bush. That's not nice. Okay. Perfect. I think there is another log lying over here as well. Just kind of minding its own business. Well, now it's going to mind its own business in my backpack. I thought for a moment I heard a predator or something moving, but I don't think it was. Oh, lovely, it's raining. Nice atmosphere. Of course, later on, as the game progresses, one can, like we could with Dawn of Man, you can start farming, you can start domesticating animals, you can domesticate the chickens. I still don't know how to do that. I'll have to try and figure out how on earth we do that. But yeah, you can do a whole bunch of things you can do. Very similar, basically going through that whole agricultural revolution like we did in Dawn of Man as well. Okay, our fire isn't going out yet, at least in the fire, or in the rain, which is nice. Okay, now, let's see, do we have enough to make a cover? I think so. Oh, no, we need sinews. I forgot we need sinews. Okay. 5 of those, thank you very much. And another club as well, thank you. Oh, I did not make 5 javelins, did I? No, I did not. I made 2 javelins and then switched over to making the club. I forgot it does not stack. Okay, it switches over to whatever you want to make. Okay, now we have enough javelins. What we are going to do is we're going to just put that on our hotbar over there. And you know what, this goes on the hotbar as well, of course. Oh, our axe is also now kaput. It is no more. Yeah, we are just going to go hunt. I think, there we go. I think there's something to hunt there. I think most likely it's a chicken. Not quite what we are after. We are after a bigger game. Now we did, of course, see that herd of reindeer on the other side here. So let's go have a look there. Actually, no, I don't want to go to the savannah. Oh, there we go. There's a herd right over here. I would like to target that one, please. We're going to try to get as close as we possibly can. And then we are going to try and throw the javelin. Unfortunately, I kind of forgot to not throw it while it is running away. That's a nice hit on it. Okay, so we have tagged it, basically. Somewhere over here, there should be a javelin of mine, but I can't see it. I don't know where it is. Okay, let's go and try and get our little caribou. Oh, wow, it's in that herd over there. Okay. And, it moved. That's naughty. There we go, now it's dead. Yay, we got something. Okay, so here's our one javelin we just threw. And then there is another javelin and another javelin. Okay, so at least we've got 4 javelins. That was unsuccessful. Ah, poo. We got nothing. We got nothing from that. A waste of resources. There's a boar. We may as well go for that boar. The boars are aggressive, and that one is going to attack us if we do not attack it. We don't try to attack it first. Yeah, we're just going to whack you with the knopkiri. Ah! What happened? It knocked the club out of my hand. And I'm about to die. No, yeah. I died! My story has ended. Well. Oh, my story ended so quickly. Oh no. Oh no. Who could have seen that coming? Who could have seen Will sucking at this game so much? Well, okay, so now I'm glad there is regular autosaving because, yeah, that happened. So what progress did we lose? We don't have a lot of things we don't have. We don't have our Hydrak yet. Oh man. Okay. Okay. Right, so that happened. 5 logs. We need a bunch of logs. We need some string. And off we go again. Okay, well, there are lots of rocks here now to harvest, to pick up. So we can get flint. And let's try, not to die. Or at least not so quickly again. Oh, my word. Rest in peace, indeed. Indeed, Fire Duck. Oh, no, man. No, 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 no. Alrighty. Well, okay, so we are going to, I think, chop down this tree, and then we are going to not chop down the one next to it. just going to head off a little bit further away before we chop down another tree. As always, trying not to overutilize the resources in this area. Okay, let's go in this cluster of 3. Oh wow, 3 chickens there. Whole flock of chickens. Come on, I would like to whack this tree, please. This tree. There we go. Well done. Swinging in the right direction there. Finally. Oh. What have we got here? Is that's sticks? Might as well gather that. One can never have too many sticks. Or too many stones. Yeah. Alright, I think now we've got enough of those things. We do need a whole bunch of strings though. We can actually run while crafting, which is nice, so we can at least start moving towards our base. That is lovely. Alright, almost, and then we can actually... We still need the sinews, so we do still need to go and hunt. Okay, but for now, let us... Workstation, hide rack. At least we can make that. Okay, build, thank you. Okay, let's see. We need to build a javelin or craft a javelin, and we need to build a grindstone. And then that is that quest there, done. Okay, so let's have a look here. Grindstone. Buildings, workstation. There we go. Grinding stone. That is literally just stones. One rock we need for that. Easy peasy. And then it's just a javelin still. Oh, it says a javelin, but we know we are going to need more than 1 javelin. Do that, and we need flint. Okay, flint. We can make 4 flint and a few string. 3 string. 3 string and 4 flint. Okay, let's... Oh, okay, we need more rocks. Okay, 3 string, and we need more stone. Does it take 1 or 10 stones to make the grinding stone? Building, it should be 10, right? Yeah, it takes 10. Okay, I was like, not just 1 stone. Surely more than 1 stone. Okay, so it took 10 stones. That does make a bit more sense. Okay, we've got some rocks here. I think we need at least 1 more stone, and then we can actually make our 4 javelins. Come on, little stone, where are you? An entire era named after you, and I can barely find you. There we go. Okay. I think... Oh, okay, we need more stones. Okay, it takes 2 stones per flint. Does make sense. You know, what we are doing here in essence, it's not so much flint. Flint is actually a type of stone. What we are doing here is we are bashing 2 stones around or against one another to actually make a nice sharp edge. That's what we are making. So the flint we are making here isn't actual flint. It's more a sharpened edge, a stone with a sharp edge. That's what we are making. Yeah, we're just going to eat as well, just so we can, you know, not be hungry. And then we'll just check again for some more. Oh, there we go. I think there's a stone behind me here. I heard a weird noise there. Something is calling, and I'm not sure what it's calling. Ah. Okay, a log. Oh, a whole bunch of logs. Some tree fell over, I guess, here. Some roots, not what we are after. Might as well grab this log as well. Oh, there's another log. Yeah, even if you don't have an axe, you can at least gather quite a lot of logs here just by scavenging and looking around. See what, you know, where there are logs lying on the ground and picking those up. I think there's another rock over here, another stone, another log, and I think there is another log. Yeah, there we go. And I think I saw a stone over here. No, that was a chicken. Okay, I think that is enough. Let's head on over to our campfire. I like being close to the elder. Not that the elder helps us at all, but I like being close to them. I can feel his wisdom. There we go, there's a rock. And then there's another rock right over here. Okay, so let's have a look here. In terms of weapons... Oh, our inventory is full. Ah, that is a slight problem. Can we craft storage? A basket? But how do we access the basket? How do we get the basket? That is now the question. Most likely by building a lot of these things and getting to... No, not animal processing. Ah, okay. Question is, where is basket? There's food stockpile. We could perhaps look at that. What other storage have we got? Okay, I don't see any. Let's see. Craft. Buildings. Oh, there we go. Farming and storage. Item stockpile. We need 3 hides and 3 clay. Now, the thing is that we technically can delete that chopper. We can drop that one. You know, this chopper we are leaving as an artifact for... You know, actually, we're going to pick it up. We're going to pick it up and we're going to drop it here by the river. So that when archaeologists later on in 10,000 or 40,000 years actually come along here, they will find a chopper. There we go. We're going to do that. Because we can. And now we should be able to make 3 hide. And then use those 3 hide to make item storage. There we go. We have got enough crude hides to do that. That is great. That is marvelous. And then... buildings, farming and storage, item stockpile. Okay, I'm going to keep the stockpile over here, I think. Yeah, right over here. And then we've got food stockpile as well. And underground storage. The underground storage would most likely protect it against a whole bunch of creatures trying to get to it. And also the weather. So it's a little bit safer. And I assume food would take longer to spoil. But we don't need that. Ah, we've got clay, bone, string, log, hide, and sinew already. Oh. This is nice, the sinew. I like that. I do like that. Okay. Let's see. What do we need in order to make that hut cover? We just need 2 more hide. Well, have we got enough rawhide to do that? Yes! Barely. There we go. So, this means we're actually going to have our first house. Absolutely marvelous. Hut cover. Ah, voila! There we go. So, of course, the hide here, like we had in Dawn of Man. What do we need? We need some other tool. Ha. Is it something here that we need to make it the grindstone? There we go, bone needle. Oh, and we unlocked animal processing. Which includes the bone spear, the bow, a whole bunch of stuff. Cool. Anyway, so the hide here, like we had in Dawn of Man, the hide is there to keep out the elements, so it's really, really nice at doing that. Prevents the wind chill factor and all those types of things, you know, getting wet in the rain. All the things you don't want happening to you, yeah, it prevents those things from happening to you. So we are going to just store a whole bunch of stuff in here. Stuff we don't need. Things like ochre we don't need, bone we don't need, antlers we don't need. You know, logs we are going to keep on us for now. String we are going to keep on us for now. Stone we're also going to use, or keep on us for now. I want to make javelins. That is what I want to do. And I think the game, yeah, the game just saved. Great. Because at the way things have been going, at the rate things have been going for me, I am going to, yeah, seriously die soon. Okay, so earlier we dropped the chopper down by the river for whoever wants to come and collect it in future, you know, a future archaeologist. We're also going to drop the club here, but the club is technically going to decompose. It is not going to actually remain behind because it is wood. Wood decomposes. So, yeah, you don't generally find wooden artifacts except under extremely rare conditions. I know in some drier caves there have been wooden like arrow shafts and things even like preserved, whereas normally what you find are the arrowheads, but the wooden shafts, the wooden structures, they all decompose. So yeah, okay. What we are going to make is going to try to now make the javelins. Okay, we need flint. How many flint? We can make 5 flint. That is great. That is marvelous. So now we can finally have some more. I just thought, you know, we can make the javelins now, but we can make a bow. We do need more sinews though. We need sinews, which we don't have. Why don't I have any flint? I thought I crafted flint now. I made choppers. I made a lot of choppers. Will, you are an idiot sometimes. Come on. Okay, right. So we are going to take 4 choppers. This is like a whole... And every time we left click, we also eat. So we're like full now. I need more stone now because Will, being the brilliant Stone Age man that he is, decided, you know what, let's make a whole bunch of choppers instead of flint. Not what I was supposed to be doing. Okay, here we go. Here's a nice little stone there. And another stone. Let me guess, it does take only one... Yeah, it takes 1 rock to actually make flint. I was like, why on earth is it using 2 rocks to make a flint? But it's chopper I was making. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, that happens. That happens. Okay. And some more caribou. I could have been hunting you guys, but no. I had to decide to rather not do that. Rather, you know, make choppers than flint. Just going to grab some more stalks here. Ooh, looks like there's a mangrove tree here as well. I love mangrove trees. I mean, look at these pneumatophores, these aerial roots here. So this most likely is some kind of brackish water. If it's ecologically accurate, it means that we should be able to get to the ocean over here. Because there should then be some salt water pushing upstream here. And that's why we have got mangroves growing along here. Mangroves really great at living in brackish water. And they can survive in fresher water as well, but generally they are outcompeted by other species in freshwater conditions. Oh, there's a piggy. And we're just going to bash you and dodge. And not dodge very well, but we're just going to, you know, whack you until you are no more. And then hope we get sinew. No, we didn't get any sinew from you. It wasn't a good carve, I'm afraid. I do hear more piggies. There's a rabbit. There's something up there, and it probably is a boar. We are just going to head on over to this side. I don't really want to encounter the boars now. What have we got here? Clay, okay. A whole lot of clay deposited here. This is most likely where the water actually overflows and then deposits the ochre in this case and the clay as well. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, so we can also send our tribe members to go and gather clay. Not that we've got any tribe members yet. We are just still on our own. We've got the elder, but he can't collect anything. He's there to guide us, not, you know, work for us. Okay, so more stone. And now I think we should be able to make some javelins. So let's now make flint. Make flint, not choppers. Okay. And then we can actually make some javelins. I would like to make 5. There we go. And now again we unlocked animal processing. Oh, and the big hunt as a mission. We need to hunt 1 deer, 2 rabbits, and 3 chickens. Okay, shouldn't be too difficult. Let's get the javelins over here. There is in fact a chicken. Let's see if we can Ah! Ah, that was a horrible throw. There we go. Chicken dead. Let's go first pick up my javelin. There we go. Right over here, because otherwise I'm going to lose it. And let's see. We got a piece of meat there. We lost the javelin. Where's my javelin? Should be right over here. I'm pretty sure. There we go. Great stuff. Okay, so we've got 1 of 3 chickens that we need to hunt. We have hunted. Oh, there's something here. We are hungry, so let's just eat first. There's another chicken. There's another chicken. It's unfortunately in the dense undergrowth. Now, this is where you would like to set up a trap then. To actually trap the chicken in the trail that it is actually following. We just lost our javelin there by throwing it into the tree instead of into the chicken. There we go. Oh, it was out in the open and now it's gone. Let's just try to make our way around here. That it is in sight again. Maybe now. Yes, I think. Oh, come on. There. Haha. And was no right carve. We got some meat there. 2 chickens down. I guess the idea is that we are trying to become more proficient at hunting. That is the idea. That's the idea with the big hunt. And of course to supply the tribe with food. Although there isn't really a tribe to supply with food yet, it's just ourselves. Okay, so we are just trying to supply ourselves with food, I guess. We are the hunter, we are the gatherer, we are the entire tribe. Okay, so we are going to, hopefully, come on. That piggy is out in the open enough. There we go. So that at least has done some damage to him. So that we can now just whack him with the knopkiri over the head a few times. There we go. And we got sinew there. That is great stuff. So now that is going to contribute towards our bow that we are going to be making. Hello there, President. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. So glad to have you with us today as well. I hope you are having a wonderful weekend on that side and are staying cool in the warmer weather I assume you guys are having at the moment still. We actually had a surprising, there we go, jungle fowls. We had a surprisingly warm day today, almost summer-like today. And so we had a lovely time out in the garden. Nick, myself, and Wilson, all 3 of us just kind of chilling in the garden a bit. And yeah. Oh, that was unsuccessful. That sucks. Okay, well, that's fine. I don't need to get any more meat. I've got enough meat on me. Although, you know what? A little bit of chicken never hurt anyone. Let's just go and grab that. So there's, I think, also a rabbit we need to hunt. Yeah, there is a rabbit indeed. Unsuccessful. Okay, yeah, on these smaller animals, you need to get it right smack bam in the on the money. Otherwise, yeah, good luck. You're not going to get anything from it. Come on. And there we go. Got a rabbit. And then we need 1 more rabbit, which is right over there. And chuck it. There we go. And then it's just to hunt 1 deer. That is all we need to still do. Oh, we got something there. That's great. Okay, I got something as well, even though that was a horrible carve. Okay, so it looks like with chickens, you need to get it on the money. With rabbits or hares, at least there is still some leeway there. Oh, these look like cycads. What are the cycads or young tree ferns over here? That we've got right over here that I'm standing next to. If it's cycads, it's like this ancient group of trees. Absolutely love them. If it's ferns, also ancient group of plants. Also absolutely love them. I say cycads are trees, but they're not really trees. They are gymnosperms. They are cone-bearing plants, but they are something else entirely. Not really trees. Although if you think about it, taxonomically speaking, there is no such thing as a tree, but that is a discussion for another day. I usually use that to just confuse my poor students. Shame. It's like, yeah, you know, you've been talking about trees. There is no such thing as a tree. Alright, now, we need to start making our way home again. We actually went to go on a little hunt for deer or for reindeer. And now we have gone on a very nice big side mission exploring the map a bit. Okay, so a little bit more to our left here, to the east, is where we need to go. So let's just make our way through the dense jungle. Oh, come on. I hear a piggy. I'm not happy about the fact that I'm hearing a piggy. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's a bear. There are bears. Oh, there's a whole... Oh. Are those bears? Those are bears, right? There's a whole... Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. Oh, no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, no, no. What we are rather going to do is rather going to hunt the reindeer over there. There we go. Got one. And then we just need to follow it and get our javelin back. And actually just impale him with another one. I like the fact that you can mark the individuals that you are busy hunting and automatically aims at it. Additionally, you can easily follow wherever it does go. There we go. Come on, stop running. So I can kill you. There we go. We are well fed, apparently, our tribe. Yes, indeed. We are going to be, at least. Let's gather our javelins. You know, these are very valuable tools. We don't want to just lose them. You know, lose them willy-nilly. And then, of course, we are going to try to carve. And voila. We got another sinew there as well. Let's have a look here. We wanted the sinews in order to craft the bow, right? Okay, so we've got enough sinews. Now we need a blade. So the blade, I guess, will be under tools. No? Oh, maybe under items? No. There's something. There's something nearby, and I'm not sure what made that rustle. We are just going to head to our elder, who is somewhere over here. Right up there. There we go. There's the elder. Let's just head there where it's nice and safe. Alrighty. But indeed, fire dark trees are just plants that decided to grow up more than others. Yes. So, taxonomically speaking, I mean, there are some trees that are more closely related to little plants than there are to other trees. So, taxonomically speaking, yeah, trees is just a useless way of classifying things. There's no such thing. Ah, okay, we can actually roast fish as well, but in the meantime, let's actually roast 8 more meat. And you know what, I do think we can, basically, get a tribe member. I think our tribe should grow. Because then, we can get them to do a whole bunch of tasks for us as well. Like, for example, roast meat. We've got another task we can give them. Okay. Let's see, our tribe is not necessarily extremely happy because we don't really have a tribe. Our tribe is not hungry because, well, we don't have a tribe. Can we build a food stockpile? Yes, we can. Okay, we're just going to place that over here next to our normal stockpile. Okay. Food storage. I have roasted 100 pieces of meat by now. Well, that's marvelous. Alright, we'll store that. Can we? Oh, we can take half. There we go. That is marvelous. I wonder what these values are. That's probably how much it fills it up. Yeah, probably how much it fills it up there. Okay. No other food we can put away. I wonder, does fat count towards food? No, it does not. Okay, but fat we can store here. Great stuff. Oh, let's see. We needed a blade. So let's see, technology. Can we make a blade? Or can we at least see where to make a blade? There we go, blade. Created in grindstone. That does make sense, you know. That does make sense. Okay, so with the grindstone here, what we need for the blade, we need 1 more flint and 1 hide. Pretty sure we can make hide very easily. There we go, 1 hide. And then we need 1 flint. I'm hearing something. There's something caught in our house. There's a bear. There's a bear in our house. There is a bear in our house. Right, it's bear hunting time. Okay. I think I just threw that into my house, which is not ideal. Okay, so there's the bear. I have run out of javelins. I don't really want to be hit by the bear. I'm not sure whether the bear can hit me. It probably can. This is a slight predicament. Just gonna grab the javelins out of his behind here. Okay. Oh, I can repair it. Okay, yeah, I don't need to repair. I need to, you know, kill bear. I think he's dead. Hello there, Hans. Welcome to the stream. Joining as we are taking on a bear that is right in our house. There we go. Just gonna carve a bit there. Wonderful. Repair our hut here as well. Things are going very well on this side. Here in South Africa, it's cool, which is wonderful. I am really enjoying the cooler weather that we have got. And tomorrow it may be raining, but we had a lovely, almost summer's day today, which was extraordinary. Now, where are my javelins at? There are some javelins that are missing. I'm short a few javelins. But yeah, otherwise the family is doing very well. Nick is here and she sends her regards to everyone. She'll be very excited to hear that you are also here, Hans. And then, yeah, Wilson is busy. Little one is extremely busy. It's absolutely lovely though. But I hope things are going extremely well there in the far north as well. Hope you're having a lovely summertime and keeping busy, but you know, also finding time to relax a bit as well. Now, what do we want to do? We wanted to make a bow. That's what we wanted to do, and in order to make the bow, we needed to make a blade. So, the blade here, we still need the flint. Do I have stone? Yeah, I've got stone. We can make flint there, great stuff, and that means we can make a blade. Wonderful! Bears in the house is just a normal Monday here in Canada. Oh, I can believe that. It's almost like finding a leopard in South Africa in your house. Anyway, so let's see here. Should be able to make the bow. Yes. And then we just need, we've got a bunch of arrows. Wonderful. Ah, this is great. Okay. Technically we need more logs, but that is fine. We can make a trapping pit with spikes. Another trapping pit. Okay, so trapping pit, and then we can make spikes. Okay. Oh, there are so many things. And camouflage for the trapping pit. Oh, we need to make this. Oh, we need to make this. Okay, how do we make a shovel? How do we make a shovel? There we go, shovel. Is that... Do we unlock that later on? Probably. Yeah, we probably unlock that there once we have... Wait. How much do we need to unlock in order to go on? 50% of the previous tier. Okay, so we need to craft 1 or 2 more things from this tier in order to actually get to carving. Oh, nice. Okay. Now we can't make the trapping pit because we can't make a shovel. We can only make a shovel, I guess, next. Unless we can make it here. I don't think we can make it at the grindstone. Oh, there. Shovel. Okay, but it's still locked. So how do we get the shovel? That is the question. Okay, we'll find out. We'll find out. Can we make a bed? I would like to make a bed, please. Because I would like to sleep. Huts. No, it's not that. It is furniture. There we go. Twig's bed. And we can only place that inside, so it has to be inside the hut. Oh, I thought it was placed. It wasn't placed? Oh. Furniture, twig. Oh. Apparently it did place that. Ah. We can't use it. Okay, I don't know. There's no way it seems to actually skip the nighttime at the moment. Alright, let's see here. What do we need in order to make a new axe? We need flint, log, and 2 string. All of those are quite easy to make. Let's just go hunting for more stones that have weathered out of the rock here. Should be, there's a twig here. There's a log. That is great. That's marvelous. And then I think there was another log here. There we go, right over here. And then we just need a stone. If we don't have a stone already to make the flint, but I think I want to just collect another stone in any case. And then item, flint, not, oh, inventory full, again. Okay, fine. And the game saved again, thankfully, so that if, when we die again, at least we don't lose too much progress. The summer is good there, too hot, and most of Canada is on fire, so sorry for all the smoke, eh? Well, we are going to head into our fire season soon enough, so don't worry, eh? We're going to have enough fire and smoke on this side as well. Okay, I'm going to put that in there. Crude hide, I'm going to put all these things not going to need now. I'm just going to place in here. And in terms of food storage, may as well just drop some normal old meat in there as well. Okay, I think that's fine. Let's go and... What did I need for the axe? I need 1 flint and 2 string. Okay, so 1 flint and then 2 string. Ah, come on. I cancelled that accidentally. And there we go. Weapon, axe. Alright, and our other axe just literally dropped to pieces. Okay, so that was actually perfect timing. Use the last... We used the last axe. Last of our previous axe to make the new axe. Almost looked like it. That's strange. Anyway, here we go. So now we've got an axe again. We've got 2 javelins. I would like to have my bow on the hotbar, though. We don't need the torch on the hotbar. We do need more arrows, though. So that is just something we are going to have to make. We need more logs in order to make that. 3 logs, if I'm not mistaken, gives us 10 arrows. So, come on. Okay, nuts. May as well gather nuts. Nuts, good. And log. And then we can, again, just make some more arrows. There we go. Right. I've really already forgotten what I was going to make now. Oh my word, forgetfulness is a horrible thing. You know what? Screw it, we're going to get another tribe member. We have settled, we've got some stuff happening here. We can add a tribe member. There we go. So we need a house, which we have. Our tribe happiness needs to be more than 35, which it is. And we need more than 50 food, which we have. Okay, so we're going to get a new tribe member. Isra. Hello, Isra. I would like to give you a task. I want you... I can get you to hunt chickens. Not sure with what, but I can get you to hunt chickens. Or I can get you to gather some stuff. I want you to gather rocks for me, please. Okay? Please gather rocks for me, Isra. Alright, Isra is going to go off, hopefully. There we go, Isra is off. Let's follow Isra. Okay. I don't gather stones from my grinding stone. That's not the idea here. Isra, what are you doing? Anyway, while we're waiting for Isra, there we go. Isra is off. Probably made something to go and gather stones more effectively. Let's follow Isra. Supervise. We are here to supervise, maybe from a distance. I see Hans, you also say that was the cottage recently and watched the monarch transform to butterfly over the course of a few weeks. Oh, that's so cool. Very, very cool. Planted a ton of milkweed last few years. Oh, that is marvelous. I assume you obviously planted the indigenous, or to that area, the indigenous milkweed, not one of the exotic ones. We actually have, and I told Nick about this today, I was so excited. Like, milkweed, I mean, it's got the word weed in it. And, I mean, very often people just pull it out because, you know, it's a weed. But we have got, and I was so excited, we've got a little seedling this size. Because we've got the African monarch as well. And we do have the butterflies coming through occasionally. And I would love if that milkweed actually grows up nicely. And we get the butterflies to lay the eggs on there. That would be absolutely amazing. I would be so excited when we have got that. Because, I mean, milkweed butterflies and the caterpillars are, of course, toxic. And that is because of the toxins in the milkweed plant itself. The toxins affect vertebrate animals, does not affect us or does not affect the invertebrates like those monarch butterflies. So they get to eat it without any problems. I just want to... Come on, I just want to shoot something here. Come on. I think that was a miss. These naughty caribou are just making my life, my hunter's life difficult. There we go. That was a hit. Yay. I got a hit. One of my arrows gone, but I have a hit there. Okay, so I think we may have longer range with the bow than we had with the javelin. So this will be nice. I mean, that does make sense. You have the javelin, first the spear, you know, poke them right up close. Then you could throw the spear a bit. And then later on, as technology progressed, one started getting the proper bow and arrows and the long range weaponry. Ah, missed that one again. And let's shoot him right in the behind, and he's dead. Great stuff. I think there we go. There is another wooden arrow of mine. Thank you. I'd like to gather that arrow and that arrow. And let's see. Yeah, we got quite a few resources from that caribou over there. This is becoming a little bit easier now to hunt. Thanks to the nice weaponry we do have. Oh, now of course, if we were in Africa with the bush, or Southern Africa with the San or the Bushman, we would have been using poisoned arrows, which is absolutely amazing. The cocktail that the San used to hunt. The idea then being that you can shoot the animal once and then just kind of let them die as they run off into the distance. You don't have to get too close to them to stab them to death. You can just shoot them once, and then over time they just kind of slow down and go to permanent sleep. And you can, yeah, most of those toxins actually didn't actually kill the antelope that they hunted, but it did tranquilize them. It basically put them into a deep sleep, and you can just easily get up to them and just slit the throat, and voila, no problem. And of course, less dangerous than actually trying to stab them up close and personal. See also, Firedark mentioning, always liked milkweeds. Milkweed plants are cool. We have got a few milkweed species in South Africa. And oh yes, that was actually, I told Nick about that as well. There's, in the Karoo, where I worked for my third year in my studies, there I'm also going with my second year students soon. There was a lady that's been studying the solitary bees in that area. And she's been studying them recently, going to that reserve, studying them there. And she's found that the bees, actually, they make their nests, so not only the solitary bees, but also honeybees, they also are there. And so the honeybees, they obviously need a nice place to make a hive. But there are very few trees in the desert-like environment, in the arid region in South Africa, the Karoo. There are very few trees, and of course, if there are very few trees, there are very few hollows in the trees where the bees, the honeybees, can actually make their hive. So what these honeybees do is they make their hives in burrows underground. And the burrows are made by aardvark, which are these highly weird African animals. I've never seen one. I'm so on my bucket list to see one. But yeah, so in those aardvark burrows, they actually make their hives. But the aardvark dig in sand. And of course, sand, if you build a hive up on the ceiling of sand, the sand is just going to collapse. And so they actually collect the latex, that white milky sap of a relative of milkweed plants. And they carry that back to their nest, and they use that as a resinous cover on the roof of the cave, of this little tunnel, and it stabilizes the roof so that they can then hang their combs from the roof without the whole thing collapsing, which is absolutely amazing. And it is recently discovered that that is actually one of the things that they use to go and put there so that the roof doesn't collapse. And yeah, I thought that is just absolutely amazing. I just thought, maybe I should share that with you as well. All right, let's see here. We are gathering a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not sure how many rocks have been collected. There are 12 rocks here. We'll come and check in. Okay, wait, we're going to prop 3. So we've got 15 rocks over there. We're going to check in a bit to see whether, or how things have been going. Whether those 15 rocks have increased in number or not. All right, I'm going to also just... Oh, I need twigs. I just put twigs away. I'm just going to collect more twigs. They are easy to find. Relatively easy to find. Where are my twigs? Of course, now I can't find twigs. There are rocks, and there's a log. Should be some twigs around here. Sure, I could just go to my storage and pick up a stick there. I also want to collect more stuff around here. More rocks. Rocks always good. Rocks, good. There we go. There's a twig. I want to start the fire. I want to start the fire. It won't always be burning. But yeah, there we go. There we go. So Hunt's asking whether our monarchs migrate. Generally, no. Not as far as I know. I haven't heard of any of our monarchs actually migrating. We do have some other migratory butterflies. We've got the one butterfly that is known as the African vagrant, and that one does often migrate north and south, well, actually all around the place. So there are some migratory butterflies. Some years they're migratory, sometimes they are not, some years they are not. But the monarch butterflies are actually resident. We tend to have them throughout the year. They're really, they're so awesome. Such awesome butterflies. Also bright orange, black and white, like the monarch butterfly you have on that side. And yeah, a little bit different. Not as light orange, darker orange, without the black venation on the wings, or those black lines on the wings. But it has got the bright orangish color, black and white. Of course, aposematic coloration to warn predators, listen, I'm going to make you vomit if you try and eat me. Specifically trying to warn birds, the avian predators, that listen, I'm going to make you vomit if you try and eat me. Do not try and eat me. We're just going to put some more food in here. These appear to be very nice. I think these are the food values up there, that 170 and 126 up there. Alright, so I see, yes, the ones there migrate from Canada to Mexico for the winter. It's an amazing journey for such delicate little guys. And to me, the most amazing thing is, as far as I recall, the monarch butterflies you've got there, the individuals that set off from the north are not the same ones that actually reach the south. They die on the way. They've got broods on the way down, and then on the way up, I think, as well. Which I just think is amazing. It's a multi-generational migration. And to me, just to think of the complexity of that and how it had to happen, that the species as a whole started migrating north and south over multiple generations. That is just absolutely amazing. Now, unfortunately, of course, the American monarch butterfly is threatened. They have seen tremendous drops in their populations. But the weird thing is, they are invasive in Australia. There's an exotic population of them in Australia, which is just like, what? But yeah, they were released there at one point, long time ago. And yeah, they just not spreading per se. They are relatively confined, I think. But yeah, if you ever go to Australia and you see a monarch butterfly there, that's the American monarch butterfly. But yeah, there we go. We got a meat there, thankfully, from that chicken. That is marvelous. Wow, this is a very nice herd of caribou. My word. I wonder whether they are busy migrating. Technically, it does look like they are gathering together in greater numbers to start migrating, though I don't think they do that in the game. It would be amazing if they do, but this really does look like a migration. Oh, so many together. Again, difficult to know which ones are males, which ones are females, because with the reindeer or caribou, both can have. There are some females that don't have antlers, almost said horns, but antlers. But the bulls will have antlers, and many of the cows will also have antlers, which is just amazing. So a documentary on it, you say? It's so insane to me. Nature is incredible. That multi-generational migration, that is just stunning. That is, oh man, I would love to see that migration in action. Just those millions and millions of butterflies flying through. Now, the closest I've come to that was relatively recently, when Nick and I went to the Kruger National Park. My dad went with us, so the three of us went there. We went out of the park for a day to go visit the place where some of our students had done their practical here, just to go pop in there, do some, not PR per se, but, chat and touch base with the people there. And then we came back into Kruger, and as we came in, a little bit in, there were just so many birds in that one clearing. So it's dense woodland, and then there's this open patch. And in that open patch, there were termites coming out. So it had rained, and the termite adults came out. So those flying termites came out. And then at the same time, there was a butterfly migration moving past. Little white butterflies coming past. Those were the African or the vagrant, basically the white migratory species that we have got. And the birds were going crazy. There were vultures, there were storks, there were kites, there were eagles, there were swallows and swifts and bee-eaters. And, you know, you name an insect-eating bird, it basically was there. And they were feeding on those termite adlets coming out, and they were feeding on the butterflies. So it's like a nice little snack for them. It was quite amazing to see. Even things like marabou storks, which are massive birds and usually feed on carrion, they were just running after these butterflies and running after these termites that were flying around. It was amazing to see. So let's see there. We're just gonna, I think, let's hunt that caribou there. Don't want to over harvest the herd, just hunt the one individual there. That should be sufficient. Again, trying to be as ecologically orientated as possible. And there we go. Okay, so now we can go carve it. Just checking that there's nothing coming after us. Oh, I don't think we can carve this one. No, we cannot. Ah, poo. Okay, so in essence, that caribou is now just going to decompose in the water. That is not very nice, sadly. Okay, let's see. Get to Mexico. When they get to Mexico, thousands will land on single pine tree. The tree looks amazing with all of them in it. I remember that's actually what got me so interested in the migration of the monarch butterflies. There is that those pine trees there with the scores and scores of monarch butterflies in them. Because I remember that also from a documentary. That was a documentary, I think, from the late 1980s / early 1990s that I saw on that migration. And it was just, that was awe-inspiring to me. And then a forest of monarch trees. Oh, that's just stunning. I would really love to see that. Okay, so now we're just going to, when that one decides to stand still, we are going to hunt it. There we go. Okay, hunt one. Okay, one shot. And now we just run after it a bit. Humans, especially early man, also would have been very much marathon runners. We'd be able to run long distances after prey that they're injured or that they are hunting. And that's basically what we did there to some extent. Yeah, I must say the blade is giving us quite a few resources, which makes sense. I mean, the chopper was a bulky axe. I've got a photo of a big old hand axe I found in the veld one day, many years ago, 15 years ago. Wow, 15 years ago. So this big old hand axe, and that one was estimated by the anthropologist that we had in town there to be estimated at a minimum 100,000 years old. So a big old hand axe that I found, and that hand axe, I photographed it, and I just put it exactly where I found it. I put it same position, same location, same everything, left it there. And whenever I go to the reserve, I know exactly where to go look for that hand axe, and I go check, and it's like, yep, there it is. There is the hand axe I found 15 years ago in 2010. But yeah, so these big, bulky hand axes. You can imagine you're not going to be able to cut thin little pieces of meat off with this big, bulky thing. It's more for a big, large-scale butchering than fine-scale butchering. But with a little blade, with a nice serrated edge or nice sharp edge there, that you can use to get more meat off and to skin more accurately, so you don't chop into the skin. You get more resources from it. So it makes sense that using the blade will give you more resources. That's absolutely marvelous. We're just going to drop off everything we don't need here. Again, clay. Let's see. Oh wow, gone up from 15 rocks to 39 rocks. That is marvelous. Okay. So our tribesman is actually doing. Oh, there are wolves! There are wolves! There are wolves! Ah! Whole bunch of wolves. Okay. Okay, maybe I should actually like shoot at it with my bow and arrow. No, maybe not. No, I don't want to do that. No, I'm gonna dive this. Oh, there's another one. Ah! Oh, they are everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna abandon ship. Just gonna run on over here. Oh, it's fast in the water. It's very fast in the water. Okay. Yeah, take that. Take that right in. There we go. Come on. There, finally. That's the one dead. And we're going to carve you. Leave, you know, nothing to waste. I'm not sure whether we've got a tribesman still alive on that side. Oh, there we go. There's another person still walking. You are tribe member? Yeah. Isra, still alive. Wow. Whenever we get back to camp, things happen. Like previously we had a bear. Now we had... Oh, we need twigs again. I'm just going to grab some twigs over here. I'm not going to go on another quest for twigs. There we go. Let's just start the fire again. And we can perhaps cook some more meat. 9 meat we have already again. Wow, marvelous. Let's see, who knew our ability to shed heat through sweat would be our great superpower? Indeed. That and just the way our legs work and the muscles and everything, just allowing us to easily, or relatively easily, for some people at least, run long distances. I am not a runner though, so I'm not a marathon runner. Definitely not. I have I think once in my life started jogging, and then I was like, okay, no, I don't like this, so I would rather be cycling. But even that I haven't done in ages. Oh, I see it's almost time for us to end the live stream. Oh my word, time has flown. I've been having a lot of fun here. But yeah, so you know, with humankind, we generally are long distance sprinters far more than a lot of animals would be. Of course, there are some exceptions. There are some animals that can run long distances, no problem. And we, of course, are one of those. Okay, so let's see. Housing. We need 3 houses. And we need 1, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. Okay. Great stuff. If we wanted to add another person, what do we need? We need... it's still just 1 house. We need a lot of food, 56 food, and tribe happiness more than that. So technically we could get another tribe member, but I think we are going to do that next time. Oh, that's a bobcat, that's a bobcat. I was like, what on earth is that? Oh no, that's not a bobcat, that is something else. I'm dead. Story has ended. I didn't even realize that there was something there. I was like, reading chat. And then I was like, there's something big. I thought it was like little, I don't know what. I spawned in the fire, because that's how we roll. Okay, I need to be careful. There is apparently a dangerous creature around. But I'm not sure whether it is a jaguar or... It wasn't a bobcat. Bobcats aren't that big and dangerous. Most likely it was a jaguar. I think it is the big thing that was around there in the desert area that made its way over to where we are. You see, whenever we're at the base, at the camp, everything just happens. Shish! Rip number 2 indeed. It may be a lynx, I wonder. We'll need to hunt some of them a little bit more and then find out what they actually are. But yeah. That just like, I was like, hello there, big creature. Oh, big creature in the camp. Not fun at all. But yeah, you ran a marathon once, Hans. Well, at least you have run a marathon. I have not. And there's no way I would very likely be able to run a marathon. I've got a good friend who does, who is going to run a marathon soon. So I'm very happy for him, but I like to, not run. No. See, I don't think we can sleep. We should be able to sleep, but I think the bed just kind of vanished. Alrighty. But I think with that death, I think that may be a good spot to end for today. So I'm going to bid thee all farewell, and thank you all for popping in and for joining us for our little live stream here. Absolutely so much fun to play a little bit of Polylithic for the first time in forever. Next time we are going to expand our tribe. We're also going to build a few more huts and get a bit more of a settlement ready. A bit more of a settlement, and then hopefully also take some of our tribe members over to do some kind of hunt. Possibly hunt whatever killed us here at the end. Yeah, possibly a jaguar. So Fireduck also mentioning jaguar. Didn't you say this takes place in Europe? Yeah, that is very true. I didn't think about that, but okay, maybe because it is in the Stone Age, so maybe not jaguar, but it could be like an ancestral big cat. Not sure. We'll have to find out once we have hunted enough of them. I think the name will pop up for us, but I will try to find out in the meantime what on earth that was. But yeah, hope you have a wonderful weekend further and a marvelous week ahead, everybody. I'll see you all next time. Same place, same time.